Hey guys, and welcome back to Pek Pong. It's been a little bit, but we're back, and this time we have a match between me and Hector Berrios at the Presper Financial Architects Open, which was played in Akron. And yeah, this was the open event and in the group stage, and the second time I played him. But yeah, he's a really good player. He's around 2470. And definitely has been around and knows how to work the table and play with a lot of strategy and stuff. So let's go into the match and talk a little bit about how I feel he builds his game and what I kind of did to try to play well against him. So his playing style is a two-wing looper. He's pretty steady, plays pretty steady, but he can definitely turn and use his forehand when he's feeling pretty hot. So, he also has a good reverse serve. It's usually mixing it up between like long underspin, medium long side spins. He has a little bit of a kick in there too. And he mixes them up really well and has pretty good strategy, using what he knows you're going to do against that, against you. So, definitely something you had to be conscious about was thinking about what he's thinking about and kind of trying to mix up your placements and receive so that you don't become too predictable. And one thing that I found very different about his game style is that he would take a really long time to serve the ball. And I feel like this was very intentional, and what it made me feel was that I was freezing up, because I would stand there and I'd be waiting for the serve, and then I'd kind of freeze up. And so I tried to counteract this by continuing to move and keep my feet shuffling, so that by the time he served, I was able to, be still in motion. And I felt like this was very intentional because he was sometimes doing it and sometimes not. So definitely he's playing more of the game of table tennis than other people. And I'm totally okay with this. It's part of the game. And I think it's quite clever if you ask me. So yeah, not sure if I'll include this in my game, but something to think about and definitely to take notice of. And another cool strategy he had was he would serve medium long to my forehand with side spin and with the reverse serve. And what this ended up doing was I wanted to loop the medium longs, but because of the side spin, it wanted to go to his forehand, and because of the fact that it was medium long, it's pretty hard to go down the line. So all the factors were trying to make the ball go to his forehand, and he's just waiting to counter loop that ball. So that's definitely a pretty cool strategy that I found that he uses, and it was definitely intentional because his serve is quite well trained to go medium long there. And yeah. So that's something, I feel like he had a few of those kinds of little strategies in his game, which just goes to show you that he's a pretty experienced player and he has a few go-to stuff that really feed into his game. How I tried to counteract that strategy he had was to try and loop it really low and spinny. So I'd really try to wait for it to fall and then make sure it's nice and low. So as far as my strategy went, I really tried to mix up my serves and get a lot of forehand in play. I did also try to serve some short underspins and try to look for him to push short and get that first flick in over the table, because I feel like some players, if you give them a nice underspin serve, they are looking to play short, and so when they give that to you, they think they've got an upper hand, but in reality it's not. I'm just looking to flick over the table, and which kind of really throws them off because they didn't think that was what I was going for. And I was also trying to serve a lot long to his backhand. That's quite standard of me to try and serve long to the backhand and then turn and use my forehand. And then also when the points were opening up a little bit, I was really trying to get my forehand turn in play, just because I feel like if I can get that in play, then most of the time I can win the points. Towards the end of the game, I really felt like his reverse serve was quite strong, and I was having, I don't know if I would have had difficulty to loop it with my backhand, but I started using my forehand to receive all his serves, kind of kind of shuffling over into the backhand corner and trying to loop it, because I felt like, you know, my chances were really high if he served the long one, and I didn't want to keep pushing it. And then he might also leak a medium long one. But yeah, so just kind of at the end of the match there, I was trying to play with the percentages, and maybe I lose a little bit of serve receive with the backhand push and stuff, and I open up the forehand corner, but I really felt like he was going to be playing serves to my backhand because that's what he had been doing, and it had been kind of working for him. So that switch of strategy seemed to play out nicely, and it did let me get into play. So, but yeah, that's the notes I have for this match. Quite a fun match. I think there's a lot to learn from this. I can definitely take a lot of things to practice from here. So yeah, it's a good match, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.